Come on, stick to the plan. My, this place is as tidy as ever. Tobias really keeps the store in shape. Isn't that the exact same thing she said the first time, or am I just crazy? Probably just crazy. But hey, Tobias. Speaking of Tobias, there's Toby. Cinders, I didn't expect to see you again so soon. This is a pleasant surprise. He was a dandy, right? That was how I was doing his voice. Well, I'm kind of lucky in that respect. Carmosa suddenly decided to leave for a few days. It must feel great to have some freedom. It does. I wish it wasn't for such a short amount of time, but I'll enjoy what I have. Although I confess I'm envious of you, Tobias. You get to make your own decisions all the time. Well, I can't exactly say that. After all, my parents passed away when I was young, so this store was my only option. Family business? Right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. It's fine. In the end, we just see the good portions of other people's lives without the hardship. We pick and choose what we want. People look happy, but they might be struggling inside. You don't have to, like, get preachy about it. Yeah, that's true. It seems like you've thought about this a lot. You're just gonna make her feel more guilty by, like, directly stating the moral of your story here. I don't know. Maybe a little. Despite all the struggles, I'm happy with where I am in life, though. I wish you could find a path to the life you want as well. Although, knowing you, wishes won't be necessary. You're a bright girl, so it's only a matter of time. Thank you. But I assume that you aren't here to listen to my life lessons. So what brings you here? Be friendly, be flirty, ask about that. For some reason I feel like being flirty. She's got a flirty look on her face, and there's not enough romance in this game yet. I don't know. Like, that night, I don't know. This is going too well. I don't want her to be totally, like, just have, like, overt objectives, or like, I don't know. What am I saying? I'm just gonna be flirty. What brings me here? I was just in the area and decided to come see you. No, she's not gonna talk like that. I missed you, after all. You missed me. But it's only been 2 days since we last saw each other. Well, it's been like 2 months since I played that part, so fair enough. Only 2 days? It certainly felt longer than that. Besides, I always love our time together. She's putting her hand on his arm. Oh, man. As do I. And even though it was only 2 days, I missed you too. I'm glad to hear that. With Carmosa out of town, maybe we'll be able to see each other more often. She'll only be gone for 2 days, unfortunately. That's too bad. Things might change for the better, though. As the saying goes, where there's a will, there's a way. We'll definitely find a way. Well, I need to get going now. Gloria will have a fit if I don't return early. She's taking her role as house guardian very seriously. I can imagine your sister has always been serious about everything. Gloria is not my sister. She's Carmosa's daughter. I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you. Anyway, I really need to get going now. Before you do, I wanted to ask you something myself. Yes, what is it? I've really enjoyed seeing you again. I missed our time together as children. But more than that, I miss our time together now as adults. You've changed into such an intelligent and beautiful woman. I was wondering if you'd like to dine with me tonight. I'd love to have more time to talk with you. Wait, are you asking me out? Yes, I am. What would you say? We might not have this opportunity after Carmosa returns. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. I was captivated by his eyes. What can I say? I'd love to. Gloria might be angry if I return late, but I hardly care about that. Wonderful. So it's a date, then. Wait for me at the town square at dusk. I'll join you once I close up the shop. I'll be there. Take care, Tobias. I'll see you later, Cinders. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the whole flirty thing, I hope it didn't come out of total left field. I don't know if the game... I mean, this is a game, I'm making choices, and... I don't know if that was a choice that doesn't go along with what I've been doing, but I think it's more interesting... Well, the sun is already setting. I think it's more interesting that she would decide to, like, suddenly get cold feet about asking him about that night, and I think it's more interesting if she doesn't just directly come out with it, and her, like, feelings, or some kind of feelings get in the way. I don't know. They were children together, after all. Anyway, I spent the whole day in the town, and what a day it was. I guess time flies when you're having interesting chats with people you normally have no chance to talk to. Okay. Oh, how I wish life was a fairy tale, and I could do that every day. It's, like, really crazy when you're playing a game that is literally a fairy tale, and people are like, oh, life's not a fairy tale. It's like, no, I want it to be a fairy tale, because in real life it's not a real fairy tale, so I need a fairy tale somewhere. Ah! Okay, no, that's okay. This is cool. These are interesting characters. And yet, life is what it is, and I never have been able to stay in town past sunset. When I was a child, I had to head back to the residence for safety. And then Carmosa entered the picture and took over. But even without her, I would have been a bit detached from the town's life. I might dress and work like every other girl here, but I still live in a mansion quite some distance from town. I have no real friends here except Tobias. I hear no news, no gossip. I really don't know what their life is about. Sure, my own life is safer and probably more luxurious. But I wonder what it would be like to live here. Be a normal town girl. Wake up to the sounds of life and excitement on the street. Get out of bed knowing a myriad of things await me when I walk out the door. That life goes by fast, and an adventure might begin around each corner. Then again, if some town girl looked outside the window right now and saw me, what would she think? She would probably remember her own boring chores, and then the constant danger of hogwash flung from high windows to the street. She would envy me. I really should head back home. Why did I agree to go out with Tobias tonight again? I must have been out of my mind. If I do go out with him and get back late, Gloria will surely throw a fit. And she does not look pretty when that happens. I should bring a shield. A big one to fend off the insults. She will surely aim at me. Does Tobias sell shields? Probably not. But he is a good friend. Oh, friend zoned again. And that is a rare thing, at least for me it is. What's with this shield metaphor? It's taking it too far. Okay. My life does not offer a lot of opportunities for friendship. And tonight I am also risking spoiling the one I have. Okay, I like this because she's questioning whether she should really make it a date. But you're going to ruin the friendship more if you, like, stand them up. You realize that, right? Like, you can't just not show up now. You can at least salvage the friendship if you don't think... I don't know. It is a bit too late for second thoughts, though. I have made the decision and we'll have to deal with the consequences when they come. Might as well just sit on the bench here, relax, and watch the sunset. Tobias is sure to finish work soon. Alright. Yeah, now we're not going to stand him up. That would really ruin the friendship. Like, come on. A week ago someone told me I'd be sitting in a town square waiting for a man. I never would have believed it. Hell. Dang, Cinders. If a week ago someone told me I would consider Tobias a man, the same man that tried to bet everyone he'd eat an earthworm and considered sneaking up and pulling other children's pants down, a lot of fun. Oh, I love this character building. This is precious. Okay. Yet here I am waiting for him. He ought to be here by now. He really should hurry up before I change my mind. Uh-oh, something happened to him. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, he's okay. Hello again, Cinders. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. You should be. And I should storm out of here sulking. Why did I wait, I wonder? Because you want to spend the evening with a brilliant young man who offers an interesting, sparkling conversation? Oh, so you brought someone with you? Oh, ice burn. Okay. Okay, maybe I deserve that, but please don't be mad. I have a very good excuse for being late. There was this fat man at my store. He had a big curved up mustache and he was really huge. Why are you fat shaming, dude? What? Come on, dump him now. Get out of there. No. And he got stuck in your doorway preventing you from going out. So you tried to pull him out and you huffed and puffed, but he still stood there. What is this conversation devolving into? Oh my goodness, I'm serious. There was an enormously large customer in my shop. It's turning into the plot of Winnie the Pooh. He was picking chocolates and candy, and honey, too. Ho-ho, hoo-hoo. I don't know. He wandered around asking about this and that, unable to make any decision. He sampled every single edible thing I have for sale, and even then it took him what seemed like hours to make up his mind and choose the kind he wanted. I had to give him a discount, as fat as he was, to finally get rid of him and be able to come here. What? Okay. Oh, how chivalrous of you to put me before your own profit. Always, milady. Yeah, that one, I agree with Cinders. The ellipses says it all about how charming your small talk is, Tobias. So how about that sparkling conversation you offered? What topic shall we begin with? Oh, I'm not a good interlocutor when I'm hungry. I don't know about you, but I am starving right now. What would you say about a trip to the inn? I know the place is a bit shady, but I know the owner, so we could be sure to find a free table. Staying at an inn on the first date together. Questionable. Okay. Well, they're just going to get food, right? Your waist is so slim, I half expect you not to eat at all and live solely on air and sunshine. But you simply have to try their ribs. So how about it? What's with you and people's weight, for one thing, Tobias? And for two, this is like turning into a commercial for Arby's or whatever. I don't know. Like, Chili's, whatever. Wherever has the baby back ribs. I don't know. Sounds good. I am glad to hear that. After you. Alright. So, somehow the plot of this game turned into they're going to go get ribs. And I don't know how that happened. Come on, let's find a nice table. How about the one by the mantelpiece? It looks perfect, Tobias. Are you alright? You seem a bit pale. I apologize, Cinders. I'm just really hungry. Believe it or not, but a busy day at the store can sometimes be as wearisome as chopping wood. Guess you could say that. That, or carrying water from the well, or working stone at a quarry. It kind of bothers me in this game how their eyes are always like looking at me, or like not at each other. It would make the chemistry seem a little more believable if they would like look each other in the eye. This is the most awkward date ever, oh my goodness. I wouldn't know about the quarry, but water and wood seem all too familiar with me. Of course, I'm sure they would be. How silly of me to complain to you about hard work. I apologize. Stop apologizing and order something before you faint, and force me to add carrying you back to your house to my list of chores. I shall never be caught denying a request of a lady. Now let's get that meal. Where are my manners? You're my guest, so it's only proper if you order first. They're not even sitting down. Have a seat. You're too kind, sir. gonna eat while standing? Jeez. Believe me, I'm not used to this kind of treatment, but I think I'm beginning to like it. As for the meal, I'll get what you're having. No time to lose if we want to save you from certain death. She didn't even get a chance to go home and, like, change clothes. That's, like, the only outfit she has, I guess. I don't know. Well, yeah. She's Cinderella, after all. Cinders, whatever. You really shouldn't be eating supper this late, you realize? It's neither healthy nor polite. Oh my gosh, criticism. This really is the worst date. Oh, I see. This is about my not-so-chivalrous lack of punctuality. The knight really shouldn't be keeping his princess waiting, or he may end up feeling hungrier than the dragon. Okay. And find himself eating the princess instead of marrying her. Wording! Oh my goodness, what the heck? Oh my, that didn't come out. Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, come on. Ugh. Just in time, the drinks are here. Please excuse me while I drown myself and die of disgrace. Oh my goodness. Tobias, you really need to relax a bit. You seem to be even more nervous than I am. Besides, I have more reasons to feel uneasy right now. Not only should I be home already, soundly sleeping in my bed like the decent lady should be at this hour, or helping the servants with their evening routine, as I should be according to Carmosa, I also shouldn't be, oh, I don't know, playing a princess, I guess. You're not playing he's not a prince, so I don't see the point in saying that. If you're referring to us going for a date, because I'm not really sure I'm still following this fairy tale metaphor thing we've got going on. Me neither. Maybe we could start speaking more plainly from now on. Yes, Tobias, I'd like that. Even fairy tale shouldn't be too convoluted. You keep using that word. I don't think you know what it means. It's okay if you feel awkward. I mean, not in a bad way. We're not doing anything bad. I think I know what you're trying to say. It does feel strange to go out like this. I mean, we've known each other since childhood. Exactly. It's like one moment we're children playing guards and bandits, fiends and fortresses, or dens and doctors. I don't think I remember that one. And now suddenly we're adults playing who knows what. You're right, of course. But isn't this the point of being all grown up? Being able to play games without anyone telling you to play them safely? Uh-oh. Yeah. I guess we're not children anymore, and we can't do this the same way that we used to. Being nervous is only a sign that we're aware enough of what may happen. What may be already happening. Children are carefree due to ignorance, which we can no longer afford. Very keen observation, Cinders. I think you've managed to grasp exactly what is going on right now. Which isn't really surprising, since you're the one who has arranged this situation. Well, actually, you asked her out of the date, I'm pretty sure, so, yeah. I may not be as observant, I may not be as observant as you, and certainly not as good with words, but what I want to say is that I think, oh, I don't know. Oh, come on now, you have to tell me. What is it? Alright. I got the impression that you've been flirting with me for the last few days. Now I may just be a humble merchant, but reading people comes with the trade. And you certainly weren't this nice before. Not this kind of nice, anyway. Maybe. Was I flirty? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, let's go with that. You may be right, I did flirt with you a bit. But you weren't exactly protesting, quite the opposite. You seemed like you were enjoying it. And I think you played along just fine. No need to deny it. I did enjoy the change you, and it felt good to be able to reciprocate your attention. Don't get me wrong, in my eyes you were still that dreamy-eyed girl from years back, who loved her tales of magic, courage, and love. So it took me a while to see beyond that ghost conjured with memory alone and see the real you, the way you are now. But once I did, I was glad to make the effort. You've changed in the most wonderful way. You bloomed and grew into a beautiful woman, and I'd be a complete fool not to play along. Haha, oh Tobias, it might have been the most knightly thing you said this evening just now. And cunning, too. I must admit, you coped with my question like a true Sir Gallant. Even if you followed the easiest way out of any trouble using flattery. Flattery or not, I was being honest. And I am glad to hear I've passed yet another test. Saved by the plates. I don't see any food in front of you guys. Thankfully our meals are here and we can stuff our faces silly. Let's eat. Oh, okay, say but they're coming. The food's coming out, alright. Yeah, she looks quite hungry. Actually, I'm surprised. The inn doesn't seem like a place that would serve meals like this. Oh yes, their chef is excellent. Do they even have a chef? Yeah, bar food, guys. Come on, you never heard of that? Sure they do. This must be a local inn, but the food here is quite well known. According to some, the old king himself liked to dine here from time to time. This must surely be a rumor spread by the cook. Chef Cinders. There's a difference, and no, quite the contrary, he denies it. But it only makes the people more suspicious. Besides, those who remember the old king have very little trouble believing the story. He truly was a great monarch, royal splendor and honor embodied. Just and strong, but also kind and caring for the people. He was a ruler, but not a distant one, and people still miss him. Now we're going off on a tangent about this king. Come on, where'd that come from? Coming here and eating food he allegedly favored gives them comfort. And what kind of food was that exactly? Why, the royal cucumber soup, of course. Of course! Of course it was the royal cucumber soup. You cannot be serious. Cross my heart. But you must realize how ridiculous it sounds. Like I said, underneath, the old king was a humble man. You're obviously pulling my leg. I am shocked and appalled by such baseless accusations. You're impossible, Tobias. Yeah, the look on his face is like, he looks like he's ready to crack up or something. Still, the meal is delicious. I wish I could come here more often. You can't afford that many comforts living with Carmosa, can you? Would you believe me if I said that only now I'm beginning to understand your situation? How it changed after your father had died. We may be childhood friends, but I don't really know you that well, Cinders. Actually, I think there are some farmers and traders whom I know better than you. There is really nothing special to tell. My life isn't that interesting, and for the most part it's completely uneventful. Besides, we both know how my situation looks these days. I'd prefer not to dwell too much on this topic if it's fine with you. Of course, I didn't mean to spoil your mood. I know. You know what would make a really nice subject for a conversation? Yes? You! I bet that Tobias the merchant has some really interesting stories to tell. Somehow I doubt that, but alright, what do you want to hear about? Alright, his love life, his plans and dreams. Now, that's a more tasteful option, yeah. Remember how we used to fantasize about being all grown up? I remember you wanting to be a fairy, if I'm not... Oh no, I thought she was telling him that. I remember you wanting to be a fairy, if I'm not mistaken. That was my dream, personally. I don't know about you, but yeah, Tobias. But. And you, a general of the king's army. But I don't want to reminisce. I'm interested in your dreams now. Dreams, eh? Well, there are all sorts of dreams, you know. There are those which you carry for a lifetime and those that vanish after 1 week. The latter type includes, "Oh, please may the sugar trader come on time this month." That's pretty good. But I'm guessing you're asking the other kind, are you not? As much I respect all people who find the sugar market fascinating, I'd prefer to hear about your plans for a happy life instead. A happy life. Now that's a topic and a really simple question. You know, I had grown up a bit faster than the rest of the children, leaving those childhood fantasies behind me. But I don't regret it. My adult dreams are simple enough. I'd like my business to be successful, and I'd like to find a good wife, and have children, and eventually retire. Calm, happy, and secure life. That's my idea of happiness. Without any regrets about not becoming a royal general? Not at all. So that's just riches and love. Haha, yes, just riches and love. It may not seem like much or seem boring to you, but reaching such a goal still requires lots of hard work. I may never ride a white horse, leading a host of men into battle, but it doesn't mean I can't be happy. You know what? I am quite happy with the way things are, actually. I don't expect things to change dramatically, and I am content with that. I have an honest trade for honest people, and that's who I want to be in my life. An honest man. An honest man. Maybe you don't want things to change in a dramatic way, but according to what you're saying, one element of your plan is still missing. So which one would you choose if you had to? I'm sorry, Cinders, you've lost me there. Choose between what? Between love and riches. Don't you know the stories? Sometimes you can't have both. Oh, I do remember the stories, but I think I agree with how they usually teach to value one over the other. Love. That is my choice. Money, or rather the sense of security and peace of mind they give you, is important. But no money in the world can give you the kind of love I'm talking about. And as far as being alone and rich, well, we can consult your stories about how that usually turns out. The love that I want, that I dream of, is enduring. It's both tender and strong. It can shield you from the world like the best armor. But will also give you strength to go out and confront it. And it will provide you with a place to get back to once your battles are all over. No money can buy you that. It was really well said, actually. I like that. I like that. Well, Mr. Merchant, you seem to be very good with words when you speak about the things you truly care about. Or maybe just the things that I believe to be true. Maybe. I wouldn't know that. Apart from the stories I read, I don't have any real experience, neither with riches nor love. Enough about me. Now I want to hear about your dream. I don't have anything interesting to tell you, I'm afraid. I just don't know yet. Surely there must be something you dream of. I guess. I made a habit of not wanting things which are beyond my reach. And the way things are right now, everything seems to fall into that bag. It doesn't matter. If I dream about marrying happily and having lots of children, or becoming the queen of the next glorious and just king, it's all equally unrealistic. So I prefer not to wish for anything, not spend too much time dreaming. You shouldn't worry too much about it. I'm sure a young woman with your wits and imagination will find her path in life without trouble. I know you well enough to be aware of how strong and determined you can be. You'll find your goals and you will achieve them. Thank you, Tobias. It is exactly what I needed to hear. It's not often I get support like that from anyone. I see you finished your meal. Oh, yes. It was delicious. Thank you, Tobias. Would you like to go for a walk, then? I can tell you're just as stuffed as I am, and there's nothing nicer than having a stroll after a decent meal. Besides, the town looks really picturesque in the evening. Have you ever had a chance to see it? Yes, it's very beautiful, I know. And strolls aren't very high on Carmosa's list of things I should be doing. It's decided then. Let's go. Still, it's quite late. Are you sure it's safe to just walk around? Haha, don't worry. What could possibly happen? You're with me. Very reassuring. Alright, Mr. Poet, let's go. Alright. It was a long day. The date ended well. A lot better than it began, I'll say. Hand in hand, walking around. Yeah. And his wife said, if you can't lie properly, at least have the decency to pay the poor man. Oh, ha, ha. Okay, we came in on the punchline there. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. I had no idea that you can even order such things at your store. Well, it is a general store after all. Oh, and he wants to be a general. What? Oh, snap. Okay. Ha, ha. That's enough. Oh, you're a witty one, Tobias. I'm glad you liked my stories. Usually I can't really share them with anyone. Salesman's ethics, you know. Well, I guess I should really thank you for sharing them with me then. And thanks for this evening. I had a great time. Thanks for accepting my invitation. I'm glad we could talk and pick up on loose ends. I really missed talking with you, and I didn't even realize it. I feel like I've met this different person tonight. I've learned quite a lot about her. You already knew me very well, Tobias. That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't. At least not like this. You can hardly compare the relationship we had as children to us talking now. Besides, that connection was weakened when your father died. Do you remember that? One day when we were talking at least once a week, and the other you were the customer and I was the merchant. Those weren't the happiest of times. I could tell you were suffering, but wasn't able to reach out to you. And after that, it just stayed that way. We would only speak about groceries or how much money Carmosa was willing to spend. You're right. It all changed back then. It's nice to talk again. I forgot how much I need it. Tobias, do you think I've changed? Of course you did. You used to be a girl, and now there is this clever and beautiful woman standing in front of me. Oh? Tell me more about her. Would you say that she is also likable? Quite a lot, to be honest. Since we're being honest, I must say that you've grown up to be a very nice man. Now that is something this simple man is not used to. Flattery from a young woman, and the next season collection isn't even out yet. Actually, I am the one who got a real bargain this time. Thanks for agreeing to go out with me. That's not exactly accurate. It was a pleasure for me as well, so it's hardly a bargain. More like a very fair and successful transaction. True. So I guess you should be going back home now. It's really late, and I'm sure you'd hate to make your sisters worried. Or we could go to your place. I'm gonna go because I don't know. Or we could go to your place. What's gonna happen if we go to your place? Like what? What? What's gonna happen if that happens? This is awkward. Yeah. Oh man. Can I get a lifeline? I don't know. What? No. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go. Keep it tasteful. You're right. We've been talking for hours. Gloria must be out of her mind by now. Which means that it's probably the last time you see me alive. As soon as I walk through the door, she will murder me using the first thing that's heavy or sharp enough. What an image, what an image. Like a poison blade, I always think she's hiding in all of that hair. Actually, she looks more like a candlestick type of a murderer to me. She really does, doesn't she? Though I'm afraid she wouldn't be brave enough to do it unless Carmosa would specifically order her to. Maybe that's for the best. Would be ashamed to see you murdered with a piece of decor. This conversation. You're so sweet. That is such a sweet. Being murdered with decor. Or killed by a bear, for that matter. Would you like me to escort you through the dark forest on your way back home? I'm serious, Cinders. It can be dangerous at this hour. Now, this is really nice of you, but I know the way well enough to easily evade the clutches of the big bad wolf. Alright, I won't argue with you. I really hope you'll have another chance to come to town soon. I'd love to see you again, you know? Yes, I'd like that. So, I guess this is goodbye for now. I really enjoyed our meeting, and I'll kiss him. I'll lay one on him. Oh, that's talking, please. Come here, you. Oh, fanboying moment here. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, I like this. I do like them together. I ship it. I enjoyed this as well, immensely. Oh my, Cinders, this was very nice. You caught me off guard. I'm speechless. Haha, I doubt it was your first kiss, Tobias. If you're trying to play the innocent type, you must know that I doubt that refraining from kissing people is a sign of innocence. No, it's not like that at all. It's just special with you. Oh my goodness. My poor Tobias. Are you actually blushing? I think I am. Is that bad? I'm just really happy. Well, if you're happy, then I'm happy as well. I'll make sure to come to town and pay you a visit as soon as possible. My lady, I'll be dreaming about that moment with every breath that passes through my lungs. And every coin that passes through your cash box. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Of course, I wasn't thinking about your money when we kissed. Well, maybe a little bit. Have I told you about my taste for sapphires? You are incredible. I'm trying to be chivalrous here. Also rubies. Ooh, those are nice too. Go already. Leave me to my pining. Oh, woe is me. Sir Gawain has met his nemesis, and she was a redhead. You're a redhead too. You kind of have the same hair color. Take care, my dear Tobias. You too. I really will be looking forward to your visit. See you soon, Cinders. And that there was the most adorable episode yet. Oh my gosh. They did turn out pretty well. I'm glad we did that.